Hey, I'm Brendan, and if you're watching this, this is about the 15th time that I have started to record this video because of believing that I don't really have the right things to say and the right way to say them. But I'm here to introduce myself, really talk about why I decided to take YouTube seriously, especially as a late 40s Gen Xer, and talk about the obstacles I faced and have been facing so that I can hold myself accountable, but maybe inspire other people who are on the fence about starting a channel themselves. Things like technical issues, film editing, um, but also the benefits of starting a YouTube channel from my perspective. So a little bit about myself. My name is Brendan, and I currently live in South Florida. Really love the weather here, although today we're having a much needed rainstorm. This is kind of a rainy season for us, so it is actually nice. The sun is beautiful, but sometimes it's nice to have a rain. Kind of makes you want to feel like you're indoors. I have over 20 years of experience as a full time artist, and I really feel it was about time that I start recording some of my processes, sharing some of my knowledge over the years where I have a lot of experience when it comes to working with galleries, working with a multitude of different platforms, and sharing that experience with everyone. So here I am. This video probably is going to be completely unedited, which terrifies me. But I'm going to do this because they say that the first rule of YouTube is just to start. And this is what I'm doing. I've done videos before this, but they've been painful because I don't know what I'm doing. And then I realized, well, I didn't know how to paint that well when I was younger. And then I just loved to do it. And eventually it became into a full time position, a full time job. And here I am today, over 25 years later as a full time artist. Okay, so why am I suddenly taking YouTube seriously? And I've seen a lot of people recently looking into YouTube as a way to start to share their lives, their craft, their niche. And speaking honestly, I've had my YouTube account probably since they started in 2009. I uploaded a few videos. They were horrible, recorded badly. You can even see the tripod as I was recording. And I thought it was going to be a huge success. But then I started thinking, well, YouTube is just for people who want to be discovered in the music industry. So I never really pursued it. And I really put a lot of effort and time into other social media platforms like Facebook and then eventually Instagram. So taking YouTube seriously for me means as an artist, I would love to share the behind the scenes processes on how I create. I get a lot of questions on my other social media platforms asking me what my technique is, what my process is. And so while I've recorded videos specifically for those platforms, they've never been long videos because, you know, people don't have the attention spans that they're scrolling really fast. They're looking for the next thing to double click to like or love. And when I did post something of a tutorial of sorts there, it never really picked up. People just wanted to see the final product and leave very simple comments for the most part. The other thing I really want to do is I want to provide insights on other areas of just the painting aspect of my career. Over 20 years experience, I've had a lot of successes, a lot of failures, a lot of ups and downs. It's been a roller coaster ride. And I've seen new platforms come into the scene for artists. I've seen Etsy make its start. I've seen all types of websites. And I feel like my experience is there especially with some of those platforms, can be very valuable to new artists who want to, tap into that, or, share my opinion as to why maybe they should avoid them. Um, and then the other reason why I wanted to do YouTube is because as artists, I think a lot of times we put so much emphasis on the one thing, which is originals. And we should, because the originals are our bread and butter. They are what create our print lines, and maybe what we put our art at, if we put our art and other products. But I think a lot of times, and from my own personal experience, is that artists put all their eggs in one basket. And when something goes wrong, it could be the economy, it could be a trend that's coming, it could be um, people's spending habits, then they tank. And then they have to scramble and either pick up an odd job, um, go back to work full time, and then art becomes a second thing, in their lives. And I'm hoping that with my experience, I can help artists avoid that. I've come very close to having to get multiple jobs, but I've been able to navigate a over 20-year career, and I'm very proud of that. The biggest thing for me was overcoming my fear of being on camera. I have watched hundreds, dare I say thousands, okay, not thousands, definitely hundreds of videos on how to start a YouTube channel. How to write a script, how to get the right lighting, what camera to use, what mic to use. Can you use your iPhone? Should you use your iPhone? How to film edit? Which programs to film edit? And I said to myself, how am I supposed to learn all that? And then I started seeing sort of what I'm doing today. This is a more natural way for me to share what I need to say. I have a few notes in front of me, by the way, because I need to stay on point as best I can. But for me, I want to speak candidly, authentically to my viewers, to the people who came to watch my channel, because I think that's missing. I think that's how YouTube originally started, and it's become this way to get monetized only. And so people are putting flashy videos, faceless videos, and just content that people are consuming, and they're making money. And we've lost that kind of candid interest, if you want to call it that, in people's lives and their professions, and why they're on YouTube and why they're sharing a piece of their world. So that's something that I wanted to do. And so talking on camera is not natural to me. I'm telling you that this is very unnatural to me. And as I'm seeing myself in my iPhone, I'm thinking, how do I look? Am I sounding silly? And I realized I just have to get over that. So you're not alone. If you're looking to start a YouTube channel, I promise you that it's never going to feel totally comfortable. I'm sure even after the 100th video I create, I'm probably going to feel awkward. And that's okay. The other thing I want to touch on is the technical aspects of it. And I really want to emphasize that you don't need to have a lot of experience. I promise you, because I am not a video editor. I probably understand a little bit about video editing, and I'm talking a little. I'm talking about how to drag and drop a clip to my timeline, and that's it. And then I probably would go, and I know I would go about it completely wrong in editing. I didn't know what B-roll was until, I don't know, recently I was watching a YouTube video and said, "Oh, that's how they hear your voice." And so it's okay. It's overwhelming, but I promise you that you'll get it. And there's two programs that I actually am going to recommend. Both of them are completely free, and both of them have paid versions, but you can absolutely and 100% do all the editing. Everything you're seeing here today is done on a free piece of software. The first one I'm going to recommend is DaVinci Resolve. Now, you can get it on your iPad, which is fantastic, and you can get it on your computer, both Mac and PC. It is absolutely 100% free. And DaVinci Resolve is actually something that they use in major motion studio productions. You can buy the studio version, and it has a lot of different filters and transitions if you really want them. And once you get serious about it, you can buy it, but you don't need it. And that's the great thing about it. You can have something that will do its job for 100% free, and it's going to look fantastic. And it even uploads directly to YouTube. The other one is what CapCut. So CapCut is more of a phone editor, and you can use it on your iPad. And it is free. There are in-app purchases that you can buy, like if you want some special templates or maybe something, but you totally can do a simple video just like this, 100% free. It will save to your photos or your archive, and you can just upload it to YouTube directly from your phone. And that's all you need. Okay, so the next part I want to talk about is the benefits of a YouTube channel. Okay, this is the big one because I think a lot of people are starting their YouTube channels for this very reason. And I'm going back to one of my comments earlier on where artists are putting a lot of their income and revenue into one area. And I've seen a lot of the local artists when I go out to gallery showings here in my community who are truly struggling because the economy right now is a little hard for people to buy art. And because of that, people are not spending that extra money. They may spend that extra money just on the trip they wanted to take that year or the groceries they need to buy. So here on YouTube, you can share your passion. Okay. Mine is easy for me because it's art. But let me tell you about that is that it's not easy sharing your process. You know, it's a very private thing for me. I get into my own little world, my own zone. And then to know that I'm having a camera record it, the first few videos, I hated it. But then I'm starting to realize, you know what? It's like having a conversation with a friend while I'm painting. And that, when I started to put it in that perspective, it really helped me to see the benefits of why I'm doing this. So the other thing, and I'm going to tap into this a little bit more after, is, and I find it to be the most rewarding, is that it it's building a community. I find on YouTube, being a social media platform, but here the comments are more enriching. They're deeper. People are sharing and taking the moment to express themselves in a far different way than my experience over on other social media platforms. In the beginning, for example, Facebook for me was a great platform. I was selling like crazy. I think everyone is who was an artist, and then I met a lot of followers because I had a business page for my art. Still do. The problem with that is that Facebook and even Instagram is really a short game. Here it's a long game. For example, I could post this video and it could get no views, but 5 years from now, someone can easily find this video, watch it, and I get the view, and it becomes trending at that moment because of the content. On social media, I'm sorry, on Facebook, if I posted something 5 years ago, I mean, no one's going to see that again, probably ever. It's lost in the abyss of my, I don't know what you call it, the feed or whatever. And so that's why you have to constantly be posting to those kinds of platforms. And the reward I find lately is not something that is even monetary. It's not even something that is a revenue. It's more of a likes and loves, and it becomes this addiction to, become more popular. And here, and I only have, as of this video, 601 followers. But here, there is this feeling of community because people find you, then they become interested in you, they watch a few videos that you've done, then they decide to subscribe, right? I think it's really important to talk about that because the sense of community here is different, and I think you'll find that a lot of artists on YouTube will feel the exact same way. We can learn, we can grow together here. I have learned so many things from YouTube. You know, I'm a professional artist, but you never stop learning, you never stop growing. And I'm fascinated by other artists and how their techniques are. And finally, it's it's a big thing when you produce this kind of content, and as simple or as complex it is, that YouTube will give you the opportunity to become a part of their YouTube partnership program, or what people like to call monetization. It's very beneficial to full-time artists because that whole philosophy that I have of not putting all your eggs in one basket. So when one revenue stream is slowing down, another one might help fill in the blanks. And I think as a full-time artist, unless you're an artist, and congratulations if you are, you're making 40, 50, $60,000 a painting. Well, I don't think most artists are. And so it's good to put a little bit of effort here and there, not to stretch yourself too thin, but follow this revenue streams that are going to bring something back to you. And here on YouTube, I truly believe that becoming a partner on this platform is going to help, well, buy art supplies, you know, reach a different audience that I did not and was not able to reach on other social media platforms. So, you know, and then being here, you're on camera. So, you know, as much as we want to fake it, we can't. So we have to be honest, we have to be authentic, we have to be open about who we are. And I think that for me is a very attractive. And talking like this, and I hope you like it, and I hope you've stuck around until now. And if you have, thank you so, so much. But it brings this sense to me of being a part of something. And I'm ready to let people come into my studio and watch me create and watch me paint. And I'm hoping that my techniques and skill might inspire someone else. As I record this last piece of this video, I'm so nervous because I promised myself that I was going to upload this today. I was not going to say, oh, this wasn't that great. You know what? This is me. This is me and my mistakes. This is me and my world. And so I'm encouraging you to just begin. Don't do what I did. I've wasted the last month. I posted videos of me painting, but I was so terrified of speaking on camera, sounding stupid, looking silly. And if I can give you anything today, is to just begin. Just try it and see where it goes for you. Because now, especially as Gen Xers, I feel this is another thing that I'm going to talk about later on in a different video. We have a wealth of information to offer. We're at the prime of our lives. You know, I'm a Gen Xer, born in the 70s, and I will be celebrating, as my friends say, my mid-century modern 50th birthday in a few weeks. And I was terrified of that. Like, oh, but then I look back at my career and how happy I am and all the successes and even the failures that I've had. And I'm thinking, you know what? I can share some of that. I can maybe save someone the time I wish someone was able to save me. So believe in yourself. You've got what it takes. Just start. And I hope you enjoy this video. And as a little plug, if you really did, I would love for your comments below because it would mean something to me and how I can improve. But also, if you like these videos, or if you're liking the art videos that I'm posting in between these types of videos, hit the subscribe button and the like button because it really does help small channels like myself. So until next time, happy creating, and thank you so much.